are done.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought.
What's going on, friends? Welcome on back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. It's past the deadline. It's 7:15 p.m. in the UK at time of recording. The window is slammed shut. We have made a lot of transfers. No big sexy secret attacker that was being speculated by some Chelsea fans, but we got a lot of outgoings done. And of course, it's worth mentioning for those who remain, Axel Disasi, Raheem Sterling, there are still windows open. I think most notably Saudi, Turkey, things like that. But lots and lots of business has been done. We are going to recap. And yes, there are ups, there are downs, there are round and rounds, but hopefully we've got enough. Hopefully Maresca feels like he can navigate the season with what he's got. Or indeed, if we're in a good position in January and he needs just a little bit more, then of course there is a second transfer window in the winter, mate. But as always, thank you for supporting me. I've done lots of content today. Lots of videos on this channel. One on the other one, I'm going to do probably a recap on the general transfer window on the second channel. But thank you for joining me, supporting me, all that stuff. It's lovely to have you here. So drop a like, subscribe if you want to, hit the bell if you choose to, drop some hype points. That always does us good apparently, and let's get into it. Alright, first and foremost, Gu is completely done. Signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours. He's back. He's was very professional. Chelsea were pleased about how the young Spanish striker conducted himself when being recalled. He has been, I think, assured a certain amount of minutes, which makes sense. We're going to try and, play in all 4 competitions, and there is 2 extra games in the league phase of the Champions League since we were last in it, just like the conference, of course. Plenty of opportunity for Gu. And he'll have to be trusted a little bit more than this little Spanish bulldozer who played the old league phase game in the Conference League. Maresca will have to look at him and think, yeah, I can use you. You can do what I want you to do. So he is back, and by all accounts, the striker options at Chelsea are João Pedro, backed up currently by Mark Gu until the returning Liam Delap. And that's, of course, because Nico Jackson has completed his move to Bayern Munich. It's signed, the documents were uploaded. Of course, it's all digital these days. And it's done, it's confirmed. And that saga is over. It is put to bed. Nicholas Jackson is not returning to London in the 11th hour. It is done. Now, before we go through some totals and some numbers and stuff like that, a little update on Axel Disasi. He, of course, I'm not sure. I think I probably mentioned this, but there was so much going on. He was in talks with West Ham to go there to play a centre-back. Didn't they lose one of theirs? I need to very much catch up on all the other teams. West Ham were in talks over a deal for Axel Disasi. They were unsure about the finances earlier, and apparently he was unsure later on. Maybe he was having Graham Potter PTSD, but the deal has not been done. Axel Disasi, I think he has been used by Maresca. I'm not sure he will be. Personally and genuinely, I think he will be bomb squad till January. Unless, of course, we have a major injury crisis, he might be brought back in. Maresca, I think, out of the Monaco duo, he's much more inclined and much more interested in using Benoit Badiashile than Axel Disasi. I don't think Disasi is a bad player. I think he's been misused at Chelsea. He's certainly not a right back. He's not, in my opinion, good enough to be Chelsea level centre-back, but he's definitely a good Premier League operator to be a Premier League centre-back in a different style of play. We'll see if he goes later in the different transfer windows that remain open. Similarly, Raheem Sterling. I cannot see anything on any form of relief regarding Raheem Sterling. An hour, or not too long before the transfer deadline, Matt Law of The Telegraph was saying, I'm hearing there's nothing progressing. So I think Raheem, the £325,000 a week man, will be remaining at Chelsea. Not his fault, by the way. I don't blame him at all. I blame Chelsea. So he will be bomb squadded for, as I know it's an awful term that, but just one that we all understand, for 6 months, unless he agrees the Saudi bag, bro. That's literally it, isn't it? Because there's probably moves on the table there. There is a solution, and I'm not saying you should take it. He absolutely deserves his decision to stay in London, to keep his family there, and even not go to Turkey or whatever. You know, he's got a contract. He's been professional, and by all accounts, Raheem is a great guy. So it's our fault. It's not his. I'm sure had there been a semi-serious option, he would have gone to said club. All right. Here we go, said Fabrizio Romano when he spoke about Ben Chilwell to Strasbourg. That's right, Chili B. We've come such a long way, haven't we? I remember covering the transfer of Chilwell to Chelsea, championing him over the likes of Telles, Tagliafico, and I always forget the third choice. That was not as good. Ben Chilwell was a Champions League winning left wing back for us. Romano says he has agreed to sign a 2-year contract with Strasbourg, moving stuff around. I'm sure he'll have a wage reduction. But the medical was completed. It's very much happened in the shadows, in the background. It wasn't mainstream. It didn't need to be leaked or briefed into the media because it was done between Chelsea and Strasbourg, of course, who have the same owner, Blueco. So they just got this done. Chilwell is, and to be honest, I do genuinely believe an element of this. He's pleased to be joining ambitious project at Strasbourg with Liam Rosenior, of course, the English up-and-coming, highly rated coach, with European football. And like I said recently, he didn't get to play in the Conference League. He wasn't even trusted to play in the Conference League for us. He will play in the Conference League for Strasbourg. Surely, Rosenior's looked at him and gone, right, this is a Champions League winning left wing back, who's late 20s, he's not touching 30 yet. I can use him. Do you know what I mean? He's a great guy, he's a great trainer. He was vice-captain of Chelsea for a little while. He's a great guy, actually. And he was so good. We all talk about Reece James. I mean, he deserves a minute. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because we used to talk about Reece James about, he's just the best freaking, player ever. He's the best right-back in the world. He can play right centre-back, right wing-back, right winger, central defensive midfield. He was developed as a striker. That's why his goal scoring so good. He's an amazing free kick specialist, Reece James. But there was a time when everyone was talking about Chelsea, their wing-backs, Chilwell and James. It's Chilwell and James. Chelsea are really good under Tuchel because of Chilwell and James. They don't need a prolific goal-scoring striker because of Chilwell and James. It was the duo, man. And he sort of got left behind in that. And he represented Chelsea incredibly well. He spoke, he's very erudite the way he speaks. He's a good lad. He's just a top professional, and we were lucky to have him. And I really hope this goes well for him because he's a top boy and deserves praise. So, 2 years to him. I'll be very interested to see how he does out there. Okay, so, right. Chelsea have additions this summer, okay? So, we've brought in Joao Pedro, Jamie Gittins, Liam Delap, Jorel Hato, I don't know if it's how it's pronounced yet, Alejandro Garnacho, of course a 1-year loan for Facundo Buonanotte. We've got Estevao joining us, which makes, of course, it was pre-agreed, 7. We've got Andres Santos essentially joining the squad from loan, being a first-team player. That's 8. That is 8 Chelsea first-team additions. 8. That's quite a lot. A lot of us would have maybe liked, I don't know, a centre-back or a goalkeeper. Would have made 10 double digits for incomings, for first-team incomings. I mean, that would have been a lot of players to join the first team. But I'm going to run you through outgoings now. Take a deep breath. Okay. Noni Madueke, a deal worth up to £52 million. Christopher Nkunku, he went up to Milan. Joao Felix, of course, went to the Saudi League with an incredible amount of add-ons there. Very peculiar deal. Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, pretty much got our money back on him. He went to Everton, of which he is having a lovely time over there. It already looks like him and Grealish are best buddies, and it's a great time there. Leslie Ugochukwu for £25 million. Wow. Woohoo. Good job there. Georgi Petrovic for the same. £25 million to, of course, Bournemouth, replacing the outgoing former Chelsea Gepri Zabalaga. Carney Chukwuemeka pretty much for the same money to Borussia Dortmund, which is, not bad. £22 million for Tyreek George to Fulham. They've got themselves quite a player there. We've already reacted to that. About $25 million all in for Renato Vega, but there's a 40% sell-on clause, which is a huge, biblically sized sell-on clause. Of course, there is also a sell-on clause for Carney Chukwuemeka and Tyreek George. Let's keep her going. Armando Broja for 20 million, which is, 25 million euros, 20 million pounds. Considering how, things have gone from in recent years, that is good, pure profit. Should mention, of course, Tyreek George as well, pure profit asset as well. Lots of money. And now, Nico Jackson, a world record fee of over £14 million loan fee, and then, of course, an obligation to buy, which would see it 80 million euros, 71.5 million pounds, lots of money. He does need to trigger the obligation, but it's a certain amount of appearances. I've speculated that Chelsea are quite confident on that. Matisse Amugu, 12 million, but same with Bashir Humphreys. Ishe Samuel Smith, of course, to Strasbourg as well. P's there. Kepa got us 5 million as well. Alfie Gilchrist, a few million. Bettinelli, Matos as well. Donnell McNeely, I think, was released. Bergstrom. And then, of course, you've got the likes of Chilwell, which will have generated a fee as well. I think it would have done, or they might have just been just moving around there. Do you know what I mean? But Chelsea, if add-ons are reached and the obligations are totaled, I'm getting this from at CFCPYS, and I think this is on X, and this is without, probably a couple missing if there is money generated from the likes of Chilwell. Chelsea have generated in sales, if all are met, £375 million. They will have banked a profit. Chelsea have broken the record. They're the first ever Premier League club to bank over £300 million in one window. But like I said, it's more than that, because it's like best part of 400,000 should the add-ons and obligations be met. The amount of money is incredible. It is insane. There's also been confirmation now at time of recording. Of course, we are in the evening now. Raheem Sterling stays at Chelsea. He's not open to moving to Saudi Arabia, says Ben Jacobs, so that story hasn't changed. Turkey, clutching at straws here. Could he be interested in going to Turkey? But yes, lots and lots of sales, my friends. Loads and loads of money generated. Chelsea well comfortable in PSR. You would imagine this the same scenario with UEFA now, especially with the Mark Yu over, some high profile name. Chelsea should be, we are so far in the green for profit and sustainability rules, but we should be comfortable within the UEFA regulations now. So there we have it. We've got defenders. Our midfield, I think, got a shout for the best midfield in the league. The goalkeeper remains the same. I think we'll just judge. Come January, we'll all have our final opinions on Rob Sanchez in goal. Hopefully we see Colwill before the end of the season, but Badiashile coming in could genuinely offer some important left centre-back stuff. We'll see if Gu makes an option up top, a good option rather. But we do have a lot of attackers. We might even see false nines like Garnacho, just runners. Do you know what I mean? But Gu can be a sort of bulldozer. Joao Pedro has been an absolute revelation. Cole Palmer and Stevao look like they can be magic together. Pedro Neto has just been a form winger for us for months. Even like Fernandez, when he's playing badly, he's getting goals and assists. Cucurella has been consistently excellent. Reece James isn't injured. He's just available for us as a captain. Gusto's looking better. Romeo Lavia's got to return. Andre Santos will get more minutes. The squad's probably, if you looked for all the names, not in bad shape. I'm sure if you said to Maresca, if you could have whatever you want, he probably would have said a centre back and a striker, maybe even a goalkeeper. But I think if he has to play PSG, Barcelona, Man City, Liverpool tomorrow, I reckon he feels like, yeah, we can win. We can win with the team we have, because he obviously beat PSG recently. We've got a really good record against, just generally we're in good form. So there it is. Your transfer window is shut. I've covered it meticulously today. If you've enjoyed it, please let me know. Drop a like, subscribe. Thank you for dropping your hype points. Of course, if you want to support the other channel as well, Football Yannick, go and check it out. It's been a long day. I've been up since 4 a.m, man. Thank you for your support. Thank you as always for hanging out with me. If you want to help me out, let's see if we can get to 200,000 subs on this channel and 20,000 subs on Football Yannick. And let's all take a deep breath together. Peace.